This is Frontierland. Frontierland is one of the original lands in Disneyland, and it is the Old West, Railroad, Gold Rush, Wilderness, Ghost Town, Cowboys and Indians, Wagon Train Land. You almost certainly enter Frontierland for the first time from the center hub of Disneyland, and you walk west to get to the Old West, and you walk through some wooden gates that look like a fort that is set up to battle attacking forces in the Old West. And the very first part of Frontierland is here, and it's like you're in a wooden log fort. Frontierland is made up of three big sections. You've got the town here, you've got a mountain here, Thunder Mountain, and then you've got the Rivers of America here with an island in the middle, Tom Sawyer Island. The town has shops and restaurants, and I'm going to start labeling those. The town square here has got a number of trees and planters in it, and it's got wide paths that have like wagon tracks in them and things. For attractions, I'm going to start talking about the first one you'll walk up to if you come in the gates is the Frontierland Shooting Expedition, or arcade here. That is one of those places where you have guns and you shoot at 90 or 100 targets in this little dark diorama. Frontierland's only ride, and certainly its only e-ticket ride, is Thunder Mountain Railroad. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It is a family-friendly roller coaster. It's kind of mild, and it's got a height requirement of 40 inches, so that's probably like a 4-year-old. And it's fun. It doesn't have any loops or anything. It's just fast and goes up and down and around corners. It is. It opened in 1979, and it was the first attraction that had no input from Walt Disney. He didn't have a concept of it or anything else. The next attraction in Frontierland is the dock here, where you will, or where you can, jump onto two different sailing vessels that go around this shape, the Rivers of America. You've got sailing ship Columbia here, which is like a triple mast ocean-going vessel that doesn't go on the ocean. And then you've got the Mark Twain, which is a riverboat, a paddle wheel riverboat that goes around. It's 3 stories. The Rivers of America represent any big river in America, like the Mississippi or the Missouri or the Sacramento. And there are tracks underneath that allow these 2 ships to go around without ever running into anything. I also want to talk about this petrified tree down here on the waterfront. As you walk west in Frontierland, you'll hit the dock and you'll see the water and the island in the middle. And down here is a petrified tree. That is the oldest thing in Disneyland because it's 15 or 20 million years old. This river is also the home to Fantasmic, which is a nighttime show that happens here, and it has lights and fireworks and Mickey Mouse, and so people line up all along this riverbank here and all the way up to here to watch it. And it's a great show. It happens 1 time a night, 2 times a night, 1 time a night. Frontierland is the deadliest place in Disneyland. It's got more deaths than all the other lands combined. All the shops in Frontierland are in the little town here. Right here in the fort area is Pioneer Mercantile, and then you've got Bonanza Outfitters here. Then up here you've got Westward Ho Trading Company. That's where you could get a battery, a charging battery for your phone, and I think they still have pin trading there. I should also mention that there's a secret path next to Westward Ho that goes up to Fantasyland up this way. I'm going to talk about the other exits too. Down here is Adventureland. So if you either cut south through here, that's Adventureland, or you can get to the end and turn right and get into Adventureland that way. Adventureland and Frontierland are kind of brothers on either side of this building. And then if you go further down the waterfront, you reach New Orleans Square, which is here. And then if you travel north past Big Thunder Mountain, you can go left and get to Galaxy's Edge, or you can go right and get to Fantasyland. For food, your first stop here is the Golden Horseshoe. That is a cafe. It's got a stage and seating, so it's set up for dinner shows and lunch shows and shows all day long. And I think when they open back up again, they're going to have pianos and magic there. And they have an upper row, like a balcony row too, for good seats. Another place is the Stage Door Cafe, so that's like behind the stage. And I believe they've got corn dogs there and other food. And then on the other side, on the north side of town, is Rancho del Zocalo here, which is Americanized Mexican food. And finally down here is probably the table service restaurant that I haven't ever visited, which is the River Belle Terrace, and that's down there. That does it for those. All right, so for Pirate's Lair, it's Frontierland, but you've got to get to it by walking around through these other two lands and getting on a raft here, which will ferry you across here. And it'll leave you there, and then it'll float away over here. Or someone will pilot it back over here and constantly provides a ferry service back and forth to the island. And there is a lot to explore here. Its paths, I think any kid would enjoy running around on an island, and it's set up to have little caves and sharp corners and hidden pathways and tree houses and caves and treasure and little bridges, rope bridges, and skeletons and pirates. And it's a pretty great place. There's a few interactive elements that I'm not going to talk about. You kind of have to go and explore them on your own. There's a fort at the top, the northern part of the island, but you can't really get in there anymore. And there's bathrooms also, and there are no stores. So you won't need your wallet there. All right, and I think that does it for Frontierland. You can see that there is a lot of space here. It's huge. This is a great land. I don't think I have a very good appreciation for it because I live in Sacramento and we've got our own Frontierland here in Sacramento called Old Sacramento. So this seems like something I've lived with my whole life. So not my favorite land.